Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, we're diving into the EXP Momo teams for the 10-star Kizuna against Moria. And look, this Kizuna is an absolute doozy, but the Momo teams actually worked fairly nicely. I don't really see them having too many issues. Obviously, they're not foolproof. They're not going to go up to like level 100, but getting that sort of 50 to 60 echelons is going to work nicely. Plus, if you guys can't find any Brook captains at all, these particular teams will help you guys out. Now, I did put out a video that has Brook friend captains. I'll have my boosted teams, the no Brook friend captains, all that fun stuff for you guys, as well as Super Boss content, because it's Super Boss season, baby, and that means it's going to be a lot of videos. So hopefully you guys enjoy the content. If you do, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any of the content as always, because like I said, Super Boss season brings a lot of videos. So if you guys want to stay up to date with the best teams, what works best for you guys, it may not be this video, but it might be something else. Hopefully it helps you out. On turn 2, we verse Hogback, and he has a barrier, which Sanji takes care of. On this stage 2, we're going to use everything on the left-hand side. Luffy we use on turn 1, because we can hit Perfects and carry over his effects. He gives you 5 turns of an orb buff. Momo obviously triggers, so you're getting the attack boost, and then you have the end of turn damage as well. It works out very, very nicely. Once you hit the final stage against Moria, we have type advantage with everyone on this team, so it works nicely. He has another barrier, so Sanji works great here. You get a full board of block orbs, and not all orbs, Dex, Quick, and Strength orbs are weakened. So you do want to bypass the block orbs with something else. Throughout this team, we have Momo, so Momo is going to give us Wano orbs. We have Nami for some base stats. She works quite nicely. She's going to give us a chain buff as well, plus she's a Straw Hat. Like, I just thought it was a bit of a match made in heaven. So, team worked very nicely. As you can see, it's going to absolutely clap early, have a lot of damage output, and it works easy peasy. Moving on to Quick now. The Quick one, I did have to run a little bit differently because I totally spaced on the fact that I didn't bring a Luffy character. Without a Luffy unit, you don't have access to the super type, which means you don't have access to an orb manipulation on turn 2. I was just under the impression that maybe Zoro or Sanji might have worked, but no, it needs to be like a Yamato or a Luffy unit, so just make sure you guys either bring one or just basically run it the same way that I run it, in the sense that you just keep the Wano orbs on your Momo characters. Using so many specials on turn 2 that, like, Momo holding onto those Wano slots actually works really, really nicely. We have Robin Koala here, as well as, what's his name? Roger, who we're going to activate on turn 2. This is another one of those pieces of content where your left column gets that action bind that you guys saw in the previous fight, which means that your left-hand column literally will not be able to do anything. Now, Absalom's going to give you a full bottle of block orbs. He does a 50% HP cut, and he has a monstrous death hit. So, utilizing the double special of the free-to-play Roger is great. He gives you damage reduction, gives you 3 turns of base stats, which is great because there's an intimidation for base stats on the final stage as well. Swapping with Robin Koala gives you color affinity. Their special gives you a clock buff for color affinity and 3 turns of an orb buff, which is very essential because when you hit the final stage, you get a very tiny orb buff. As you guys can see, I kept the Wano orbs, and with that, we have enough damage to take out Absalom, as well as extend the attack boost from Momo. Remember, get the attack boost on turn 1. There's an interrupt for an attack boost on the final stage, so it works very nicely to have this. As you can see, I don't actually have the Momo's cooldowns ready, but that's okay, because literally we don't need him. Like, he's literally just here as our captain to remove bind and do all that fun stuff. He gets special reverse as well, so we don't really care. We're going to use Sanji on the final stage. He's going to swap into our captain. This is going to give us a chain boundary effect, which will trigger the interrupt from Moria. This interrupt basically just puts up 4 turns of threshold and damage reduction. We took this into consideration, brought Anniversary Zoro. We're going to use Anniversary Zoro to remove them, plus Anniversary Zoro is going to give us a tap timing effect as well, which works out super duper handy as our captain has a recovery orb. I think if it's like recovery 10 or Wano, you're good to go. Plus, I had, you have the rush of Sanji here too. I thought there might be a death hit. I couldn't remember exactly, but if you guys just tap quickly, you're going to easily kill there. Finally, we have the Covenant Psy variation, and this one has caused a headache for a lot of people because there's 2 reasons. There's a damage limiter on this fight, which is never fun, and after 1 turn, you get binded on your left-hand column. Now, that's not a problem for Momo, but been a bit of a problem for every other team. On top of that, there is a death hit, well, like, after every turn. So, there's, like, a monstrous hit on the first turn, and then a monstrous hit on death. Now, there is a way around this. You can delay the opposition, and then you're only going to have to take one of these shots, but still, one of these shots is pretty damn hefty, so just be careful there when you are doing your team building. The Yamato, 5+ Yamato, I believe she was a Kizuna unit, she works exceptional for this. She gives you 2 turns of damage reduction. She's going to be an absolute monster at dealing with the stage 2 for the resilience, or for the final stage, giving you damage reduction. For this team, we are going to utilize her for damage reduction because Momo has end of turn damage. We have the free-to-play Luffy as our threshold remover, plus he's got type advantage, and he is a Luffy unit, which is great for the super type of Momo. Utilizing super type of Momo gives us a full board of orbs through block, and then we can say wham bam, thank you ma'am, goodbye to poor old, is it Rikuyu? I can't remember. The zombie swordsman that gives you Sword Dozora. I think it's like Rikuyu, something like that. No, not Rikuyu. It's like Riguma. I don't know. All you like diehard fans out there that are cringing at me right now, I do apologize. But look, at the end of the day, we move. We can take him out. End of turn damage does the rest. And then on the final stage, Mori's going to have that damage limiter, as I mentioned. And he's also going to do a 50% HP cut. On top of that, he is going to only allow you to use 2 specials and despair your captain. So I have a bunch of supports here for despair. Kanjuro, Rayleigh, and then the sport of what's his name? Yasop on Shanks. Ideally, you want to switch with Robin Koala first, so you have 4 int characters. That way, you get chain addition and base stats. But I was just a spoon, and I actually didn't do that at the right time. So remember, you can only use 2 specials here. So ideally, you want that to be Shanks and Yamato, so that way you can tank the shots. As you guys will see here, it is a very, very whopping shot. And remember, you do take 50% HP cut, so just be very, very mindful of that. You will then get blinded, which will go into attack. Robin Koala, you can swap with them again, and they are going to give you more color affinity. If you want, then you can, use them on the previous turn and whatnot as well, but you kind of want the 3-turn orb buff. You can use the other super type, that'll give you some 1 orbs once again, and you can kill Moria, wham bam, thank you ma'am. It's going to wrap up the video though. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you do, belt the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, if you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Later!